Well, hello everyone. Welcome back, or welcome, whichever is appropriate. My name is Dee from Purple Sage Healthy Living, and today I'm going to show you how to make your own capsules. Yes. Today we will be doing bladderwrack, sea moss, and burdock root capsules. Now, I'm going to show you the little manual capsule maker. I'm also going to show you how I mix up my powders, the capsules, the whole process. And this is the thing. If you're able, it's easier to do it yourself. That way you know exactly what's in it. I put no fillers at all in my capsules. You get straight herbs. And this is a blend that I do for me, my husband, and my kids. We all take this. But I think you'll find it easier than you think. So just sit back and watch. I hope you learned something. I'm going to put this camera on the table so that you can see what I'm doing and try to explain as I go. Now, y'all, this is the first time I've ever done this. We're hoping for the best. Now, one thing I forgot to tell you. You will need gloves. And even though I'm just doing this for my family, it can get kind of messy because these powders go everywhere. Also, if you have the disposable ones, fine. I got my own. Please put your mask on. I'm going to have to open up these ears. Hope you can hear me. Not only is this a process for sanitation, it is also will help you not to get all that powder up your nose. Cause honey, let me tell you, I know. And the powder will go up your nose and it will start to detox. Your nose start running, maybe burning, whatever, depending on what herbs you're using. So please, ma'am, please, sir, make sure you're doing your PPE. Okay? All right, now let's get started. Okay. Now I'm going to put on my gloves. And this little machine, this little manual machine, it comes with instructions, and I kind of changed it around the way that I do it from what it was easier for me. If you decide to do this, then I would try to do what's comfortable for you and what makes sense. Okay. Now, first I'm going to tell you about excuse me, about the machine itself. And it does come, it comes with the diagram to tell you what's what. But I have it over here to the side. I'm going to tell you what they call it. Okay, this is your body plate. This is where your capsules are going to go in. The tops and the bottom. But you're going to do it separately. I'll show you how to do that. This piece here is called an alignment plate, and it sits on top like this so that you can put your capsules in. This is your tamping tool. When you put your powders in and you push it down to make sure that it's you're filling it all the way up, and you'll have to do that several times in order to fill it all the way. Now, this is called a merge plate. And this is how you merge your tops with your bottoms, which you will see. And this one right here is the one for your caps. This is a cap plate. And the cap is the smallest part. Now, I usually get my capsules, I buy them separated, and I get them from Amazon. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but that's the body, and the shorter one is the cap. Okay, now I'm gonna set this to the side for just a moment and tell you about the powders. Now, this is my burdock root. And listen, like I said, you need to wear your mask so that this stuff does not get up your nose. I have them in separate containers because sometimes you get something like that, and all it is where it's clumped up. So I take my time and I go through and make sure I got most of the clumps out, at least the big ones, before I mix all of these together. Now this one happens, all of them don't clump like that. But if you get some, please get rid of your clumps first before you mix it up. Because if you don't, you may have an issue later on while you're trying to fill them up, while you're trying to fill your capsules up. Okay, this is my burdock root. This is bladderwrack. Now the burdock root helps. Okay, this whole combination helps to give you the minerals that your body needs daily, according to my research. Now you can look it up for yourself. Burdock root is a sea vegetable, as is this Irish sea moss. Now I don't know why they call it Irish sea moss, because it don't come from Ireland. The ones, especially the whole ones that I get, usually come from St. Lucia. But that's a whole nother something else. Okay, I'm about to get off topic. Okay, burdock root will help to cleanse the blood also. It has nutrients and minerals too. And that's the reason we take it. So now I'm going to slowly put this over into this bowl. And I did each one separate, like I said, so that I can see if they have any clumps or whatever. And I make sure that I mix them up. And look, this is just a regular old egg, a whisk, a small one that I keep here in the kitchen. And look, you can't really tell. Now you'll be able to see when I put the Irish sea moss in there. But this helps to blend my powders. Because people say, well, how do you know if you got the right? When I started, I weighed each one. I weighed each powder. And I normally put, for this combination, I normally put the same amount of each one to make the whole. Okay? Now, it's up to you. When you make your combinations, then you can do a little more of one thing and less of another, or however you want to. That's the thing about making your own. You can do what's best for you. How can I say? One size does not fit all. Now it's gonna work, but maybe you need a little bit more of one thing than you do another. It just depends on your combination of herbs. Okay, now you see That's been well incorporated. All right, now I'm going to put in the sea moss powder. Woo! See what I mean? Get a little dusty. It's not real bad. I know I probably made it sound worse than it really is. But again, if you're standing here without a mask on, and that powder that just went up, that little plume that just went up, goes up your nose, baby, you done had a bad day. Okay, let me put this back here out of the way. Okay, now we're gonna mix this up just like I did the other. And see, you can tell already it's starting to mix well. These things come in handy. Honey, I love my kitchen gadgets and my little tools. Anything that can make me do a great job and work less, I'm all for it. All right. We're just about done with, and see the powder is still coming up. Let me turn this around this way. It looks, see, I'm just messy. Anyway, that's why I have this little disposable tablecloth on this counter, because, yeah, I tend to make a mess sometimes. All right, I'm done with that part. Okay, I'm gonna sit this over to the side for a moment, and now we're gonna start with the machine. I usually put this over by itself. This is what I'm gonna, these two pieces will be used for the caps. When I say caps, I mean the tops. This part right here is for the bottoms right now. This, well, just let me show you. Okay, according to this, to the instructions that came with this, it should be turned this way so the notches, see, this side has no notches. These have, I don't know if you can see that, the lighting in here is not that good, but it has little notches. Okay, I'm gonna put, this is the cap plate, which is where the tops go on. I'm gonna put that on first. And then I put this alignment plate, which keep, when I pour the tops on, they won't be going all over the place. Okay, and this has a little opening to help you later, and I usually cover it up like this. I'll show you. You're gonna empty, and this takes practice, cause honey, let me tell you, all these suckers ain't going in here like they supposed to. Some of them gonna be upside down, and then we got something for that too. Okay, I put a few in here, and then I cover up this hole on the side, and then you just give it a little gentle shake and try to get them inside those holes that have nothing in them. I don't know if you can see that. There's some extras. See, I don't have production. If I had somebody operate my camera, I might be able to show you a little better. But I hopefully you can see that. Now there's excess because I did put too many. So this is where this little hole comes in. I'm just gonna take that and pour the excess back into the bowl. Just kind of give it a gentle shake. And it looks like you got rid of everything. But there are some that have nothing in them. There are some that are upside down. So this is when you go in and inspect. Now, they should be all facing up, not with the bubble on the top. Okay, that's the top. So what I'm gonna have to do is take one of these. And see, me and these gloves ain't gonna do right. I'm gonna take one of these, one of the extras, and then I will go around And what I just did, you can't see that. Hold on one second. Okay, I found one, say here, that's upside down. You take this one of the same, put it on top of there, and just push just a little bit, and it pulls it right out. And you can just take your other hand and turn it up the way it's supposed to go. Okay, so give me a minute. I'm going to change all these that are upside down. It doesn't take long. It's just a little pain in the behind, but it is what it is. Again, I say I learned to do this for myself so that I would know exactly what was in my my capsules. Now, no, I don't do this for all of them. I do buy from, you know, other people or other, you know, I get stuff from different places that are already filled. But the things that I can do myself, I do. And a lot of times I will turn on my music. And honey, I'm in here just going at it. And my family just kind of look at me and laugh. But I make all my capsules, that's the other thing. I make them with good intentions. My intentions are to be healthy and to live a long, happy life. And I put that same emotion into my, while I'm making my capsules, if that makes sense. Sometimes you wonder why things happen like they do. You feel bad. Sometimes when other people make things for you, including food, and, you know, they got an attitude or they got some stressful thing going on, and then you eating and the food's supposed to be good, and it is, but then you feeling some type of way and don't know why, honey. Anyway, I done got off on something else. All right, I'm going to take the top off of here. And to see if I have all of the holes filled, which I don't. I can see it. I don't see there's one right there and one right there. Another way to look is to take these two fingers on the side and push this down. It's spring loaded. You can push this down and it will show you what's missing. Okay, so I'm going to put one in each one of those little holes. Okay, all right. Then I'm going to take this merge plate here. Make sure my notches are on the top. Put them down on there and then pick the blue one and the orange one up at the same time. And that's your caps. Then we're going to sit the caps over to the side. Now comes the time. Well, what the hoo-ha? Okay, that's why I didn't have one, because it got stuck in there. Okay, now we're going to put in the bottom ones. This is the body of the, these are the long part of the capsule. Again, I'm going to cover up this hole and just kind of, I might have a little bit too many in this bowl. Okay, that's all I'm going to put in there for now. I know you can hear them as they go down into the holes. And again, you do the same thing. You just give it a gentle shake. Now, these don't go in as well, at least they never do for me, like the tops. So then what I do is just go around. As you can see, I just dropped. Okay, there's a lot that don't have anything in the hole. So what I'm going to do with it is the same thing. Go through and manually, the ones that I missed, go ahead and put it in. The process is exactly the same for the tops and the bottoms. I guess, okay, just bear with me. I'm trying to get them all in the hole. as they should. I'm gonna now empty off some of the excess, the ones that I empty the excess back off. Okay, so now I can already see that I have at least 2, 3, 4. Woo! There's still some that's missing. They didn't go in the hole. So this is when you do it again by hand. This doesn't take long, and you get the get the feel of it and see which ones are not in there. Now what I'll do is I'm gonna take this plate off, this merge plate off, and sit it over here to the side. Now again, I'm gonna do the same thing I did with the caps. I'm gonna press down, and these you can see really well because the body is long. And if you can tell right here, I'm missing one. I did good. I'm missing one. Okay, so I'm gonna put that one down in there. Okay, so now this is where I start to feel. Let me move this out of the way. I start to feel my capsules. Okay, I'm gonna put this over here out of the way. This is the tops. I'm gonna move them out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, we're gonna take this right here. This is the spill guard that keeps you from putting I still make a mess, but not as bad as I would if I didn't have this little. This is a lifesaver right here. So now here's my powder, and even though there's a guard here, it's just me. I put my hand up here. So I use my little, this is just a little spatula. I love this spatula. It's very flexible. It's stiff in the handle, but the head of it is very flexible. Now, it came with something that they call a spreader. I don't use that. It's more trouble than it's worth. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the powder in and just spread it around. And the best way I have taught myself to do it this way is to start on one side and then work my way around instead of just trying to spread all over the place. Because if you don't, you'll be standing here spreading all day long. Okay? There is a technique. And as you learn how to do it, you can do what's best for you. Because the way I do it may not be the way that you want to do it. Okay? And I want to tell you too, these little machines I bought, I think I have about 3 of them. Because you always want to back up in case something happens to the spring or you break something. Child, you don't never know. Anyway, I got these. I got one off Amazon, and I also got the other 2 I think I got from eBay. So you can, check and see which one. I'm all about trying to save a little money if I can. So that's what I do. I normally check Amazon to see what they have, and then I'll go to someplace else to see if the price is different. Because I am a Prime member, sometimes they jack up the price. They tell you anyway, I ain't going through that either. I'm going to take this tamping tool and stick it down in these holes that I have filled. And you take your time and do it because you don't want to push down too hard and then all your powder just goes everywhere. Now you can see that it did when you're using fine powder like this. you will have to go through again. Sometimes you may have to do it a couple of 3 times, depending on what kind of powder or how, you know, the texture. Like when I do my, the black seed, it is not as fine as this powder is. And it makes it, where I don't have to do this as many times. I think I may have to do it twice to make sure, because I try to make sure that the caps are filled all the way. You want to make a good capsule. Now, as far as how many milligrams of the powder is in each one of these, how many am I get, child, I don't know. Okay, all I know is I'm filling up the capsule. I'm not no, I ain't going through all that. Okay, so that's the second time. Now I used to would take all this and put it back in. What you gonna do that for? And you're still gonna have to use it again. So we're just gonna leave it on there. We're gonna tamp this down just a little more. And this time when I did it, I didn't feel it, it didn't go down as far as it did the first time. So that means that this will be my last time having to fill it up. So I'm just going around this last time and fill all these holes. Now I hope this video comes out well, because I know there are people who are afraid to do this and think they can't. You can. All it takes is a little patience and a little time, and to learn what you're doing. Okay, so now I do have excess. Why do I keep saying that? I do have excess, so I'm going to put. We try not to waste anything around here. Okay, so I'm going to put this powder back. This is where the messy part comes in when it comes to me. Sometimes I can make a little mess. All right, I'm holding it with one hand, and then I'm going to take my scraper and just gently go across it just like that to get rid of the excess. Just turn it around so it's not awkward to you. Now see, that's not that bad. I feel like if I take my time and do it and make less of a mess, that means I don't have so much to clean up. And you want to turn this, because the powder's not going to come out unless you just actually turn it upside down. So you get a little bit on the side. You just take that scraper, clean that up. That way you're not wasting powder and you're not making a big old mess. Okay? All right. Now I'm going to move that out of the way. We're going to move the tamper out of the way. Now here's where the fun comes in. Remember, these are your tops. We're going to turn this part upside down, and they don't come out. You know, I want you to see that they're not falling out of there. And you're going to attach it to these little screws here so it doesn't move. I'm going to turn it upside down. Okay? Now, I'm going to press on here to make the top and the bottom join. Okay, and you're going to hear some cracking, and it sounds like it's breaking, but it's really not. Take both hands and just push. Did you hear that? It sounds like I tore it up, but I didn't. So I normally go around each on both, all the sides. And push. And then I let go. Okay? So now we're going to take the cap, the top, off. There's nothing left in there. The tops went on to the bottoms. Okay? So now, when you lift up the orange one, guess what? Ta-da! You got capsules. See? Now, when I push down, it did cause some of the powder to go onto this this bottom plate, what they call the body plate. But that's okay, because I'm going to scrape that excess off. This excess goes back into my bowl with the powder. Now, this is the other thing. I don't know if you can see. Some of those look like there's nothing in the top. So what it did was I didn't get a really good seal. So I'm going to have to just take my time, put my finger under there, and just close them up. And then once you close them up, the ones that I pushed down, let me. If you can see the difference between the ones that I pushed down and the ones that are not, let me go ahead and push these down right quick. And thank goodness these are not going, these are not going anywhere, but right here in the house. And we're the only ones gonna be using them. And we're very forgiving of each other. But once you get it closed up, that's your capsule. These are actually a size 0, which are not, it's not a horse pill, but it's a little bit bigger than most of the ones that you see now. That way I don't have to take 3 of them. I just take 2, because it's filled all the way up, and I have well, man, doesn't look like I did any of those all the way. So, you know, even though I've been doing this a while, there's still room for trial and error, okay? So what I'm telling you is just take your time. If you decide you want to do this, again, I think it will be well worth your while, because you will know what's in, you know, in your capsules. Because sometimes they use like different kind of fillers, and then you wonder why the pill or the capsule make, you know, after you take it, you feel bad. And it could not be the actual main ingredient itself. It could be whatever the fillers are that they're adding into, to, you know, to kind of stretch it so they can. It's about greed, man. All about that money. I would rather do my own and know what's in it, and know that there is nothing else in it except what I put in, you know, my main ingredients that's supposed to be in there, okay? So I think I just about got them all, y'all. I got short fingers too. That makes for harder work. Maybe if your fingers are a little bit longer, you will have a easier time than I will. Okay, I'm gonna stop with that. So then all you got to do is just kind of turn over your plate and empty them out into a container. I'll take these and put them in another. I usually use a mason jar to put our pills in. And there you go. That's it. I hope that makes sense, and I hope you'll give it a try. Don't be afraid to try new things. And this is the other thing. People ask, don't be afraid. If somebody else can do it, you can too. And I had to learn how to do these things. And I was a little apprehensive about, can I do it? Well, honey, if I can do it, I know you can do it. Okay? So be kind to yourself. Learn some new stuff and see what you come up with. I would appreciate it if you would subscribe and put up a like if you enjoyed it. If you didn't, let me know. And somebody had asked me about a video, and again, this is my first time trying to do this without any help. So let's see what it turns out to be. You guys, peace and love. Till the next video. I hope that you are taking your own health back or into your own hands, and don't let anybody tell you that you can't, because you can. All you have to do is give it a try. Okay, talk to you soon. We're out.